Hello and welcome to Step Outside. I'm your host Pete Curet, and today we take a tour south of the valley to Tucson, where we show you the beautiful Tucson Botanical Gardens. We'll tell you how this urban oasis was born out of the Porter family's love of the land. And a little butterfly magic, an exhibit that puts you in the middle of hundreds of exotic butterflies. Plus, alien invasion. Find out how to spot and take care of invasive weeds. That and more coming up on Step Outside. Reader's Digest designated the Tucson Botanical Gardens as America's best secret garden. The collection of 17 specialty gardens sits on approximately 5.5 acres, and I'm pleased to welcome Michelle Conklin, who's the executive director. Morning, Michelle.
Good morning.
Now, we're actually in a part of the old Porter household right here, and I understand that Rutger Porter was instrumental in getting the gardens going.
That's right. We're actually standing in the old sun porch, and behind us was the Porter's living room. And this was actually their home and their home business. They owned Desert Garden Nursery back in 1929 when they built this home, and they raised their 3 daughters here.
Oh, so they were a nursery then?
That's right. It was one of Tucson's first nurseries in the area.
Now, his wife, Bernice, was pretty crucial to keeping the gardens going, wasn't she?
She was. Bernice was a horticulturalist and a naturalist, and from everything we've read in her journals, she was a feisty, wonderful, artistic woman. And it was really her dream after Rutger passed away to turn this over into a formal public garden.
So why do you think these gardens are so special to the town of Tucson, city of Tucson?
Well, you know, I think it's special for a lot of different reasons to a lot of different people. To the neighborhood, I think it provides a really safe, wonderful, welcoming environment, a place where their children can come and families can come and really be together. For a gardener, it's a place to learn. For a newcomer, it's a place to really learn how to garden in the desert environment. And to the Tucson community, it provides a piece of history that, that is so important in Tucson. You're actually able to experience the Porter home. You're able to learn about history in the Sonoran Desert from the 30s all the way to contemporary gardening practices.
Well, what do you think Bernice and Rutger would think about the gardens today?
Well, a couple of years ago we hosted the family reunion. So Mrs. Porter's daughter, Nina Porter Ford, was here along with her grandchildren and the great-grandchildren, and I had the opportunity, it was a great day, to spend the day with them, and all I heard was, Mom would be so proud. Mom would not believe what happened. The grandson, Langdon Hill, sits on our board and really believes that his grandmother would just be so proud of everything we've done in the way that she would have wanted it done.
Well, we really appreciate you giving us that little bit of historical background on the gardens.
Well,
here.
It's a pleasure to have you here today.
Thank you.
Okay.
One of the most popular attractions here at the Tucson Botanical Gardens is Butterfly Magic. This annual exhibit is a must-see, and with the help of Cox Communication, it's getting a great facelift.
One of the things I'm most proud of is that this year Cox has decided to make a significant financial investment in upgrading and updating and renewing the butterfly exhibit here, and it's going to be renamed the Cox Butterfly and Orchid Pavilion at the Tucson Botanical Gardens. Over 50,000 people come to this exhibit every year, and to us to have a chance to really bring to life all the vibrant elements of the butterfly exhibit to the community in a better way is something that we're very proud of doing.
We're here with Dr. Elizabeth Willett, who is the butterfly curator for the butterfly exhibit here in the garden. Morning, Elizabeth.
Morning.
Now tell me, how many butterflies do you actually have in this exhibit?
We probably have about 300 butterflies. Not all of them will be flying at one time. Some of them will be resting. But we represent roughly 35 to 45 different species at any one time.
Where do you get them all?
Last week we got a big shipment from Malaysia, and this week we're getting a shipment from Costa Rica.
So kind of all over the world.
Right. We have suppliers in Australia, in Costa Rica, Malaysia, and I also deal with a broker in Denver who gets me butterflies from other places.
But how do they survive being shipped here?
As the pupa stage, if you remember, we've got egg, caterpillar, pupa, adult. The pupa stage, they don't eat, they don't poop, so it's a great time to ship them.
They're kind of dormant then.
Well, there's a lot happening on the inside.
As they're transferring, yes.
They really do a lot of transformation, but on the outside they look dormant. And we just received them layered between cotton batting or some polyester fiber. So they're cushioned a little bit. They get here fine.
Once a butterfly emerges, how long does it actually live in the exhibit?
We estimate 1 to 2 weeks on average, but some of them live a lot longer than that. We've had some that we know have lived over 2 months, 3 months even.
What's your favorite butterfly?
It typically changes week by week, but I do really like the emperors from Africa.
No, I didn't notice those, but I noticed those really pretty big blue and black ones flying around.
Right, those are probably the blue morphos. They're from Central America. We get them from Costa Rica.
Now, you recently added some dart frogs too?
Yes. We have 2 different species, and one of the species we have 4 variations. They all look a little bit different. They're great to see.
Now, what about the plants that are in the exhibit?
We have some wonderful orchids, and if you come here, I hope that you're astonished by the plants, because we have so many growing on our orchid tree and elsewhere. They really are a delight by themselves.
Well, I noticed when I walked in there, because I've been actually to Costa Rica and a lot of South American countries, I felt I was there. I was just transformed to there.
Right, yeah.
Well, we really appreciate you showing us this today.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I'm glad you could come.
Coming up on Step Outside, we take a look at a traditional barrio garden, and we show you how cacti can be the answer to a beautiful yard.